Abraham Lincoln's assassination on April 15, 1865 was a tragedy that changed the course of American history. But what if Lincoln had survived? How might have he supported the newly freed African Americans, and in what ways would America be different today? In this video, I'll explore these possibilities, supported by historical evidence and reasoned speculation. Let's journey into this alternate history. Lincoln's second term began just as the Civil War ended. His primary focus was on healing the nation, unlike the radical Republicans in Congress. Lincoln believed in a lenient Reconstruction plan to reunite the Union quickly, his 10% plan. He proposed it during the Civil War, and it allowed Southern states to rejoin the Union if just 10% of their voters pledged loyalty and accepted the end of slavery. If Lincoln had lived, this moderate approach might have prevented the resistance and resentment that fueled Southern backlash after the Civil War. It's possible that Lincoln could have used his popularity and political skill to balance the demands of the Northern Republicans in Southern states, crafting a Reconstruction process that was both firm and fair, while challenges like racism and economic devastation remained. Lincoln's leadership might have set a less divisive tone for the nation's recovery. One of the biggest questions is how Lincoln would have supported newly freed African Americans at the time of his death. The Freedmen's Bureau had just been established to provide food, housing, and education and legal assistance to former slaves. With Lincoln alive, this organization might have been more effective and long-lasting. It is possible that he would have pushed for land redistribution or economic assistance programs to help freedmen achieve independence. Additionally, Lincoln's leadership might have strengthened the enforcement of civil rights protections. The 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, had just been passed, and the 14th and 15th Amendment guaranteed citizenship and voting rights were on the horizon. Under Lincoln, these amendments might have been implemented more smoothly, reducing the influence of Black Code and other oppressive laws in the South. However, Lincoln would have faced enormous resistance even within his party. Radical Republicans demanded harsher punishments for the South, while Southern leaders sought to maintain white supremacy. Whether Lincoln could have overcome these obstacles remains uncertain, but his commitment to equality suggests he would have fought for the rights of African Americans. Without Lincoln's assassination, Reconstruction might have unfolded very differently. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was far less supportive of civil rights and allowed Southern states to reestablish control under policies that undermined Reconstruction efforts. Johnson's leniency allowed for the rise of Jim Crow laws, the Ku Klux Klan, and widespread violence against African Americans. With Lincoln at the helm, these developments might have been curtailed. His leadership could have created a more stable and inclusive post-war environment, setting the stage for earlier progress in racial equality. Imagine a world where African Americans had a strong legal protection in the 1860s, rather than waiting a century for the civil rights movement. It's also worth considering how Lincoln's survival might have influenced Americans' economy and global standings. A smooth Reconstruction might have led to faster industry growth in the South, reducing regional disparities on the global stage. Lincoln's reputation as a unifier could have strengthened Americans' position as a rising power. Abraham Lincoln's assassination was a pivotal moment that left the United States struggling to heal and rebuild after the Civil War. By speculating on what might have happened, you can see how critical leadership is in shaping history. Lincoln's vision of a united America might not have solved every problem, but it could have set the nation on a more inclusive path earlier in its history. His legacy reminds us of the power and perseverance, compassion, and the belief that a better future is always possible. Thank you for watching. I hope this exploration into the alternate history has sparked new thoughts about how pivotal moments and leaders shape our world. If you have any questions or ideas, feel free to share them in the comments.